welcome to another episode of There I've Said It, the podcast with me, Rossi D. Woods, and...
me, Lucy, the female wife.
She got her name right this week. Last time, she forgot her name.
Wrong, completely wrong.
Can you just introduce our guest, because I'm having a fangirl moment.
I'm a little bit... Yeah, this is a big one, people. This is a big one. We have Russell and Lindsey Kane. Woo!
They brought their coffees, haven't you?
We've got coffee.
Yeah.
We've got
coffees. Yeah.
Thank you for having us.
I don't have a personality without caffeine. That's it.
Don't tell everyone
My
that.
whole career is just caffeine and hairspray.
Yeah.
I think we trained in the same place.
I
You
think we
did.
did.
Hairspray is, you can't live your life without
Caffeine
hairspray.
in, hair up, like something out of a David Attenborough programme, isn't it? Just looking for pussy with my pussy crest.
I need to see straight into pussy. That's what we like.
Hey, listen, no, I'm going straight in with this one because the boys have already started. So,
Okay, go on.
Lindsay,
Yeah.
I feel that we might have the same experience in our relationships here. How do you feel being married to a hyperactive grown-up child? Because I
can't call Russell that.
Yeah.
He's just fucking sat down.
No, I know.
Right. He doesn't mind. He can take it.
We've
So
been
can
together. We've been married 11 years this year, so about 13 years in total. I don't even know anymore. But I'm sort of used to it now.
Yeah?
Do you know what? He makes life so much fun.
It's tiring though, isn't it?
It is exhausting.
It is
I'm not going to
exhausting.
lie. He
Yeah.
has a lot of energy all
Read
the time.
between the lines.
So I am exhausted.
Another cushion, please.
My face feels really puffy today because we went to bed a bit late, but he's very...
You need to clear that up.
Yeah, sorry.
Sorry.
I was smashing my knob around her face. Sort of.
Lindsay,
Can I just
tell
say we're
you what,
definitely not the same then?
Lindsay, if you look like that with his knob smashed around your face, I would like some of that.
And we'll be back just after this short break.
Do you know what?
Rambo.
Clear it up, Lindsay. Come on.
He's exhausting. It's fun, but he just makes. I wouldn't do life with anyone else.
Yeah?
That's nice.
And it sounds
that's
cheesy,
nice.
but it's
She makes
true.
me feel really bad now because I don't ever say nice things like that about Ross.
Lindsay, yeah, if
No, I
anything,
do.
she's
So
like, you
we're
can fuck
we've
off.
been together 17 and
Yeah.
a half years and
Yeah.
we've been married for nearly 15 years.
Crazy.
So it's a very, very long time. But
Yeah.
I'm sure I'd have got rid of you before
I
now.
feel
like,
these relationships work though because you've got like a straight man. Oh, sorry.
sorry. No, definitely
I would like
not.
a gay man. You've got a straight man. Do you know what I mean? In the relationship, you need that, and someone really, and then someone like
To bring
calm
you
the
down
fuck
to earth a little bit. But you would say that you encourage Russell to be who he is and do what he does?
Like when we first started dating, I've gone from really caring what people think and really, having. I was a people pleaser for
me
so
too.
many years,
I am
and now I just don't give a fuck. And when we first got together, we'd go clubbing, and I always remember me sitting down if I'm like, I'm just resting my feet. And you'd be like, do you ever remember just giving me a lap dance?
Yeah.
And I'd be like, oh my
Nice.
God, I'm dying. What will people think? And now I'm just like, woo! I'm like encouraging him, and
I love
he'll
that.
encourage me. I've just recently discovered like house music, and I was like, oh, would you be embarrassed if I was
Took me
like
a
really
decade to
dancing?
break her.
Oh,
And he was like, you're joking, I dance. I couldn't give a shit, and I love that. He just doesn't care. Unless it affects him personally, he's always like, why are you bothered? So I used to
Yeah.
be bothered by things. And he's like, but why do you
I
care?
am
Does it impact
that.
you? No.
See, I am that.
No,
I am
but-
still at that stage where
Lucy's
I
still at that
totally
stage.
give a shit what people
If
think
we're
about
out in the
me.
supermarket and I'm shouting, "Do you need your lube?" She's like, "Oh my fucking
Yeah,
god, don't
I
do
can't.
that."
Yeah.
They don't,
just-
but why? Like,
I don't
why?
know. I totally, and I'm one of those ones that we've talked about on a previous pod where I will go through my social media stuff and I'll go through our podcast stuff and I'm looking for the negative comments.
Yeah,
and then I let those negative comments get inside my head because I
Right.
worry what people think.
That's
but I
sort of
know
like
I
that's
shouldn't.
emotional self-harming. That.
Yeah, it is. Oh,
It's a
absolutely
form of
is. It
self-harming.
is because then they're the ones we've talked about it before. They're the ones that you think about. You don't think about the thousands of lovely comments from
yeah.
people. You think about that one
But
horrible
I
one.
promise you, doing stand-up is the same. So I don't know. Last night it was 1,300 seats, and everyone's laughing if I see one like miserable
Yeah.
face. I'm just
Yeah.
what's the fucking problem, mate? And I
it'll knock
want to
you-
ask them.
Knock you off.
Not really.
No,
No,
that's good. You've got
knock him
used
what?
to
Yeah, exactly.
knock one off.
I've learned to. I always tell the newer acts because I have always had people open for me. Is you should always what I call perform the negative. So if something's gone wrong, or if you're tired,
Yeah.
or if you weren't brought on stage properly, or someone got your name wrong, or a light's wrong, I will try and make humour out of it.
Yeah. Make the
Because
most of a
audience
bad
can
situation.
tell there's something on your mind.
Absolutely.
So I will exorcise it by performing that negative.
Well, this
Yeah,
is it.
that's
It's the
good.
same with trolls online. I always use those trolls. I get their or whatever they've said to me, and I hammer them with
Yeah.
it. I get them up there and I go for it.
Yeah,
And it
it's fab.
usually, you know.
But
someone's
we like party and we go out dancing, and because we're like these educated suburban like podcasting elite people living in our heads scrolling our phones, we forget that we're physical creatures first.
Exactly.
We always forget that dimension of our existence, and dancing is a great way to stop yourself giving a fuck.
Oh, dancing is amazing.
You know, Lindsay might want to talk about this. You know, you get to a certain age and you what a load of absolute dog shit. You wouldn't say that about gender, race, anything else.
No.
Exactly.
What about the day party? If 2 a.m, I'll be tired. Well, fucking go out to a day party, get smashed, back in time, home for Stephen Mulhern and catchphrase. Boom, done. Do you want any takeaway? Not really.
The thing is, like you're saying about the trolls online, those people are just looking at you and it's just a reflection of them. Like you'll never be criticized by someone doing more than you.
Yeah.
So
Correct.
Yeah, you're right.
It sounds so basic, but when I hear people bitching now or criticizing people, I'm like, oh, it's actually about you. They're trying to make themselves feel better by belittling you. And so when you actually go, it's never actually about you. It's always someone projecting their insecurities or their limitations or things that they're insecure about. They're always pushing it onto you because if you're getting trolled, it's a good thing. Yeah. That's the way I look at it and phrase it now.
Excellent. So. Yeah, well.
You can't live without trolls.
No.
Do you seek, do you always ask people's opinion on stuff?
Yeah.
Oh, Lucy does.
I've gone through that. I used to always, and then wonder why I'd find myself in stupid situations. Now I'm like, right, what do I think? What does my gut tell me?
Yeah.
And I'm not seeking answers from multiple people because they don't have your vision.
It's even what to wear. Like I need a dress for a red carpet event, and I'm like, because I haven't done many of them, and I've sent him how many? 10. Then I send them to my sister. Then I said
None
show
of
them
them
to.
would suit me.
I don't know.
Why the fuck?
I think a red carpet moment is one of your core reasons you stop giving a shit, right? So we do one of the things one of the charities I work for is called the Prince's Trust, King's Trust now.
Yeah.
It's nice to hear the word prince and trust in a sentence, isn't it, Andrew? And, so I work for the King's Trust with Charles, who's lovely. And we'd had a couple of funny occasions where we've got it wrong meeting King Charles, but this was, I think, one of the best ones. So we are going to the big awards, which is the centre of London.
Yeah.
It's a red carpet, and we are like the peasant D-list scum that are
We're like, why are we
lucky
here?
to be there.
Great. Brilliant.
So I go for a drink round the corner first just to get the courage up for the red carpet because it's still a big thing for us to do. I don't do much stuff like that. And I said to Lindsay, because we have different opinions of time. I'm very punctual, and Lindsay's like,
this is the old me.
Yeah,
the
I like
new
to get
me
to
is
the
better.
I like to get to the airport 3 hours before the
Us
flight.
too, yeah.
Lindsay likes to run alongside the wing and jump into the engine.
No.
I need to be there early.
Right,
No,
so
I'm
I said to
not
Lindsay, we're
like
going to
that
get
now.
to this
Lindsay's
award
not like that
ceremony
anymore.
an hour before the carpet opens. So we're going to have a drink around the corner, and we're going to be one of the first on the carpet because the worst manners you can do at a royal event is to be near the back, hanging with the royals, looking like you're something. So she's like, absolutely no problem. I'll be there on time. You can trust me, Russell. And then as we went to get up on schedule, her trousers split at the arse. What level of underwear were we wearing?
None. Because it showed everything, so I was commando.
So then we instantly
no.
start arguing, right? So we had to find a hotel nearby, run in, beg for a sewing kit, and she ran into the toilet, so she's sewing her arse up.
stitching my arse.
While I'm shouting, the Charles is going to arrive, get your skates on. We get to the carpet, and we are literally just there before the royal cavalcade is somewhat like royal people are already in the venue. The venue is packed. It's in a theatre in Argyle Street. And as we get onto the carpet, Anna Williamson is there. Interviewing the people coming down the carpet.
That was the first time we've
So she's like, why are you two so late? Now, I'm quite savvy with cameras, but I just assumed it's exactly the same setup as today.
Yeah.
Say what you want. They'll edit out what's appropriate. Use it later.
It wasn't live, was it?
It was live. I
thought that was
I had no idea. So why are you late? And I went, give me the camera, turn around. She bent over. I pointed to the sort of semi-hole that was still on her arse and went, that's why we're late. She split her trousers at the arse, and we thought we were both being like legends in a group of three with Anna, who might be able to use it somewhere discreet online. Walked in, as we've opened the door to the theatre, fucking 3,000 people went, "Hooray!" and cheered.
Honestly.
It was on the big screen.
Oh
Was it on one of
my
the big
God.
And I said to Lindsay, how good's that? Like, everyone's
They
really
know,
knows I'm a
they know who we are.
I thought because I've done such good work for the charity, that's why they were cheering. Sat down, watched the first half, got to the interval, went into the interval, and someone like Ian Sterling or Joel Dominic went, "Is your wife okay with what you did?" And I went, "What do you mean?" Showed me the phone, Daily Mail, top headline. Go Google it. Anyone watching this, Google it. Russell Kane wife's wardrobe malfunction.
But I just give you your material.
Hole in the
You're
arse.
famous. You're famous for the hole in
into
your
the theatre
arse.
of I broadcast my wife's arse
hole
into a
in my
royal
arse.
event.
Do you know what though?
That's
You
her
That's
red card.
amazing.
That is amazing. Yeah,
And then you'll be remembered for it.
You never
Do you know
know
what?
what
I
goes
don't
viral.
care now. I just
But that's what I'm
That's
saying.
amazing.
You're worrying about your
I
outfit.
still
I
do
broadcast
care.
her arse into the monarch's face.
Yeah, fabulous.
It's
I
like
really
something
liked
I
it.
always get things wrong when it comes to clothes. Like I was at an event the other day and I had to get up and talk, and it basically was like a dinner in Paris, this event.
Yeah.
And I went and there was a mixture of French and English people, and I got up to speak. I wasn't expecting that, but I'd not packed safety pins. I didn't have a sewing kit with me, so basically I had this blazer dress, very revealing. Oh fuck it! And then I got up and I did a talk. And I was like, I do apologise if my tits fall out. But like, no one laughed. And I was like,
They just took it at face value.
I would have pissed myself.
Yeah.
Judy Finnegan it all the
Yeah.
way.
Yeah.
Tits out. Remember
But at
that?
least she had a bra on.
Yeah.
Judy had a bra on.
Listen, free the nips. It's fine.
It's
Free
not,
the nips.
It's not as bad as the time she actually accidentally groped King Charles. Like, have you ever met a royal?
No, we're not
No,
quite
I've
there
never
yet.
groped
We're
one
not
yet.
quite
You're
there.
you're given 2 rules, okay?
Yeah.
You say the formal title the first time, and
Yeah.
that's it. They're pretty
There's a lot of
chill.
pressure.
And there's security everywhere, all like fucking black ops. You don't
Yeah.
put your hands ever on a prime minister or a royal for security bit. That's straightforward, common sense. You're not going to
Yeah.
go, all right, mate, what's the crown feel like? Obviously. So we're all in a big line, and Lindsay's getting more and more nervous, necking this champagne. I went, Lindsay, just be yourself; it'll be fine. And they've got Charles.
What's the problem?
She's put her champagne down in the bush, and Charles is talking to someone like Maurice Jolt. He's got to us, and we fucking nail it. He's like, "What's he like?" I tell you, Your Highness, you should see him at home. He's just the same, you know. And we're like riffing with the king, smashing it, yeah. And he's, "Oh, it's nice to meet you," and he's walked off. I went, "Well done, that went really well. Thanks, babe." And she went to pick up her wine. And what happened was Charles had turned to speak to someone at that angle. All the flashes going ching, 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 ching. And Lindsay just thought it was the back of some random photographer. She put her hand to, the little flap you get in men's double-breasted suits, through the flap, onto his love handle waist and went, "Sorry, mate," and just cleared him while he was talking to someone else and picked up her wine. "Sorry, mate." And
turned around.
All the security stepped in. Lights went white. We didn't know what happened.
Guns
But I
ready.
turned around to Russell and everybody that was in our circle were like this. And I was like, what's wrong, what's happened? And I had no idea what had happened. And then he's like, what the fuck are you doing? But on top of that, he was basically, do you want to say about the...
No, so we left. So we got a bit upset, and then we left. Basically, we were so embarrassed. We just left and had an argument in the car.
Yeah.
And then we got home next day, and we got an email from one of the Prince's secretaries at the Prince's Trust saying, "Don't worry." He has I'll use a different name. He has a name they use in
don't use names.
communications. The top dog found it funny. Everything's okay. And I forwarded it to Lindsay. I went, "Look, it's all right, babe.
She will
somewhere.
keep
You
her
can chill."
head.
And
Yeah.
she replied, "Thank fuck. I thought I would be cancelled and never get to speak to the Prince again with a small P." And she replied to all.
Lindsay, I love you for all
This
of
is
that.
amazing.
No, this is right.
This is
I think you
amazing.
should be on stage more than Russell.
She was crying down the phone.
Oh,
I love this.
I've never had a panic attack before. I'm going,
And it started.
Do you know what? Do you know what this leads me on to? Very excitedly, we need to get onto your gripes. And
Yeah.
I
I've
feel
got a lot
like
of them.
knowing this conversation we've just had, I have a feeling we might have some incredible
We're
gripes.
going to have some good gripes. We don't know what your gripes are, by the way.
you
And they're
don't?
in our lovely little box. This
No.
is from Temu.
Do you love it? It was
Love
meant
it.
to be massive,
Only tiny hands
and
could
we
have made
didn't.
that.
We didn't check the measurements.
The thing is,
The
people make
circumference.
fun of Temu, but only a child's hands could manufacture something of that.
Absolutely.
precision.
Children's tears right there, everyone. Right. Gripe one. Here we go, guys. Gripe one. I feel they could be quite good.
Lucy usually reads the gripes as well because I'm
Because
highly dyslexic, but I
I'm
couldn't give a
better.
shit. Do you know what I mean?
Do you like our cards as well?
I love
How
it.
professional do we look?
You
Yeah.
just had
I couldn't give an isht.
I couldn't.
So the first gripe.
Gripe number one.
This intrigues me. The word should.
Go on.
yeah, so this is a big thing for me. And I think for a lot of women, I think for everyone really.
Go
but
on.
I think it's more of I think women get it, girls, like they have to be a certain way, act a
okay.
certain way. And it's
Oh.
like, especially, I think I realised it after I had my daughter and it was like, oh, you shouldn't be doing that now. or you should be doing that. And it's like, you shouldn't because you're a mom, or you shouldn't be doing that because you're nearly this age, or you should. It's people constantly telling you what you should and shouldn't be doing. And it's like, fuck off. Like, we had it in the taxi today, like we asked for aircon, and he was like, oh, it's not weather, it's not the aircon weather. Like, says who telling us that?
Yeah, I'm sweating.
People that watch this not in London, you can now choose between a regular Uber and an Uber Comfort, which is just a little bit above.
Yeah, babes, I do that.
But it's not exact prices.
Yeah.
And it's like better driver. It's literally got the word comfort in the title.
Yes,
Yeah.
I've seen
And
that.
I'm just a boiling hot stick of energy. Like I drip in sweat the whole time. I need aircon all throughout the winter. I have it blasting on my face. My favourite setup is like a paper thin duvet, no pillow, and like Vampiric cold breath while I regenerate, ready for another day of fucking having it.
And I have a heated blanket on my side of the bed.
Yeah, absolutely.
We get in the car this morning, and it's like a driver from another part of the world where they have better weather than us, shall we say. And the geezer's in a fucking... I already hate him because he's in a hat. He's like at 21 degrees Celsius, which to me, I might as well be in the furnace of hell. So I got the sweat running off me. And I went, can you have the aircon? And he went, it's not aircon weather.
Who said that?
You're
Who made that
fucking
rule?
joking. It's not
paying-
aircon weather.
You're paying him to drive you, though.
I was like, oh, all right, then that settles that then.
Yeah.
But, you know, and then he turned it off like a minute before we got
And like, you
arrived
can
here.
review him, though.
Just
Give him a 1-star and say, fuck you, mate.
Yeah.
No one will get in his comfort Uber anymore.
It has no depth.
Shove your comfort Uber
That
up
would
your
be my
arse.
gripe I could have put in there if it
No,
had any depth,
well-
which would be people that feel the cold unnecessarily. I can't bear them. They should have... What I can't understand, like, I can't... Without ripping my skin off, I can't make myself any cooler. I have no options.
Well, listen, mate, you are very cool.
You are very
pathetic, malfunctioning, endocrine system weak cunts can put a coat on, okay? Put a fucking coat on. I feel the coat. You should have died during the Ice Age. You should be dead. Your DNA shouldn't be
You ever
here.
feel other people's heat when you see them, right, on the underground? You see it all the time in London, right? They've got
Yeah.
their fucking puffer jackets on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know how we got to this with the should
Yes,
thing or
but
shouldn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Should and shouldn't.
Yeah.
You shouldn't have
You
aircon.
shouldn't have a fucking puffer jacket on in the summer.
Well, Lindsay's about to, I'll cue it up for you.
Yeah.
She's about to
Cue her up.
launch. She's going to go on the road. She's being asked to speak because of what's coming out of her mouth, and a lot of women are connecting with it.
Yeah.
So she's come up with this idea, which is...
Well, my public speaking keynote is called the Yes Button, and it's basically how I got to the point of not giving a fuck. And every single person's got like a yes button in them, and it gets further away. We can't push it daily because of, oh, you shouldn't be doing that now. You're a mum. You shouldn't be doing this.
Exactly, yeah.
And it's, oh, are you sure about that? But what will people think? And you just don't want to press it. I see it in my daughter, things being put on her from such a young age,
Yeah,
you know.
totally.
And it just chips away at the confidence ever so slightly. And I'd been in shit relationships before where they'd all cheated on me.
Yeah.
And it just had no self-worth. And like Russell's really helped me find my confidence.
Push
really.
that yes button.
Yeah, and so I push it every fucking day now. And then I just want to help other women.
Sometimes I push it for her.
And
Completely do. I can
not
never
the yes
find.
button.
I can never find my
I
wife's yes
nudge,
button.
I nudge it right down sometimes. Sometimes it gets stuck in.
And so from that, so that's what I'm doing. I'm doing public speaking, pushing, teach people how to press the yes button. And then now I'm just like, women, I want to do events where I'm like the other week, a few months ago, I did like a sexy heels dance class, something I've wanted to do, I've not done.
Yeah.
I had other women in my kind of network do it with me, and they really loved it. And I think, especially as you're getting older, female friendships, they die off, they change,
Yeah.
the
Yeah, they
dynamics
do, yeah.
change.
Yeah.
You're trying to find your people with like-minded, and I'm so conscious now of the people I've got around me, energy-wise. I just want really good energy. I don't want any negative vibes. And so I'm building a community about that. I'm not just a woman in business. I'm not just an entrepreneur. I'm not just a mom. I'm not someone's wife. I'm very complex. Women are... People say it takes a village to raise a kid. I think it takes a village to be a woman.
Yeah.
And I think we need those female friendships. And so it's going to be a community where we're tackling different topics a month. So it might be identity. It might be confidence. It might be self-worth. All these different things. And we'll pick it apart. I'll bring in some guests from my network. And we the foundation of it is collaboration over competition. I've realized, because I used to be bullied at school severely and I hate girls. I was like, I just want to hang around with boys, drama free. And actually, when the reason for my growth and confidence is other women that have helped.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's what I want to bring.
And that
Well,
really links in with the should word,
Yeah,
like you said.
you know
the
what?
yes
Telling
button.
people what they should and
Yeah.
shouldn't
For me,
do.
it was the other. I was always bullied by the boys. I wanted to hang around with the girls. Isn't
Yeah.
that weird?
Yeah,
I used
really
to play
weird.
with
I
Polly
can't-
Pockets and all
can't
that.
see,
I done all the
yeah.
girly
Same.
stuff.
I
And
was the GBF at school.
GPF.
Yeah.
Go on, GBF.
Gay best friend.
Yeah,
That's
he's
how I
the
was treat- That's how I was
husband.
I'm the
treated.
husband.
He's my husband.
But that's
yeah.
it.
And they were like, let's all get changed together. Like, yeah.
Again, that's another
there
should
was-
and shouldn't though.
Yeah,
So
that
much
is.
fun
Do
being
you
a
know
gay best
what?
friend.
I was invited to a stag do, right? And I don't go on many stag do's.
Obviously.
Because it's, lads, I'm going to have a Stella and kick a fucking door down. That's not me. So I wanted to go on your hen do.
Yeah, you did.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's the type
We
of
had
thing.
drag
Really
queens and all
nice
sorts
because
at
you're like
Hen
best
do.
friends, and that's how it should be.
Yeah,
know
no,
what?
we
I'm
do.
saying
We
it
are.
should.
No,
No,
that's it.
that's how it.
No, but
No,
you're
we
right.
are like best friends.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
that, I'm going to find that hard not to shred it now. After
Yeah,
all that.
because that is actually a massive umbrella
That's a
term,
massive
isn't
one.
it? Like
Yeah.
should can cover so many
Basically.
things, or shouldn't, or
Oh, can I just check? And you can cut this out. But what is the language guidelines on this? Because I've been
Swear
There
as
are none.
much as
Just
you
checking.
fucking will.
there are none.
The biggest should I would like to get rid of is things you should do and people you should associate with. So we find when you're 16, 17, you end up sort of 36, 46, 56, 66,
Yeah.
hanging around with people who don't share your values, who don't love you and don't respect. Oh yeah, but I've been friends with Debbie since I was 16. So, but Debbie doesn't like you.
Yeah.
Does she ask you any questions about your exciting podcast you
Yeah.
developed with your husband? No. Is she happy when you get on a workout program and start to feel better about yourself?
Yeah.
No.
No.
Is she there when you get dumped to put a stone on? Yes, she fucking is.
Yeah.
Right? She ain't your friend. Fuck her
Yeah.
off. There are drains and radiators, right? When you get home from someone and you feel, ugh,
Yeah.
that is someone you need to assess the relationship with.
Yeah.
What if it's a family member? What if it's your cousin? What if it's your sister? Easy. Watch. Bye, cunt. That's that done.
Mate, I know you're fucking bad. I
Yeah.
am with you there. Honest
Yeah.
to God.
I know. Yeah.
Share your
When someone
values.
brings you down, and like you said, when you get to a certain age, you don't. I have.
You just need the-
possibly
you need the
now,
support.
We were talking about this the other day because it was my brother-in-law's wedding. His sister. He was inviting all these mates from the past. They weren't getting back to him. I went, fuck them off.
Yeah.
You don't need them, mate.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Just because you feel you should.
You should, yeah.
Be
Yeah, you
inviting
should-
them
I need
because they
to-
have
oh,
been
they
a
were
part
in
of
my
your
life
life.
back
Yeah.
then. No, fuck 'em
Real
off. Exactly.
friends are happy for your happiness and interested in it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Everything
Yeah.
you do, even if it's good or bad.
Yeah.
But the problem is, it's not that they're horrible people. I've been in relationships with women like this. It's people that dislike themselves to such an extent
Yeah.
that they're unable to like other people.
Yeah, and then they bring you down, and,
and it's
yeah,
basically bad for women that because it
They're
holds.
Voldemorts, aren't they?
No, it's bad. It's the kiss of death for a woman because if a woman doesn't have self-confidence,
yeah,
it's a terrible place to be in a relationship. She hates herself. The bedroom's going to be shit. She's going to be jealous all the time. Everything's
Yeah.
going to be shit. So self-love sounds like egotism, but it's not.
Yeah.
You've got to love yourself enough, and that enables you to form meaningful, deep connections with other people because you have the self-confidence and the self-worth. So the two things feed each other.
That's
Yeah.
it.
And also just like
Keep
assess
pushing
if
that
you
yes
are
button.
I was gonna say if you are giving a shit about things, assess why. Is it people around you that are making you feel like you should give a shit?
Yeah.
Or making you feel bad for your choices?
yeah. I just,
Assess
yeah,
that.
I'm,
Failing
definitely.
that, do a
I'm
bag of mushrooms. Come back to me.
Failing that,
Let's
do some
great-
classes
let's do
and come
great
back
two.
later.
Great
Right.
one was absolutely
In Amsterdam,
amazing,
obviously.
and it was really. It's
Also,
gone far.
Russell forgot to send in his gripes.
Yeah.
Well, I just did one aircon.
But
so.
he had an aircon one, which he just
We're
mentioned.
busting out Lindsay's instead.
Ironically, I was the organised one.
Yeah.
I didn't realise we'd
See
seen
that?
it in
Up yours,
advance. I
Russell.
didn't know there was
Oh my
a tick
God,
from
See the
you.
email from Richard.
We did email you,
I saw it.
Russell.
Great
Yeah,
two.
yeah, you did. It wasn't you guys.
I'm joking. I know it's a
Russell-
joke.
No, but
Right,
I'm a bit
Here
of
we
a bragger.
go.
I did it this morning.
Tapping and repetitive noises.
Yeah, this
Oh
is
shit!
my one.
I'm so sorry.
He
What? I
he
haven't
does
actually done it.
No, you
No,
haven't.
he
Yeah,
does.
but I'm look at me
Are
holding.
you a
I'm gripping
tapper?
my
At
fucking
home.
hands.
No, but the thing is, I do this. I
I've
can't
seen
keep
your leg
still.
go a bit.
My leg
At
go.
home, he's like this with his nails.
Oh,
Oh,
see,
no,
no,
not
yes,
nail
I do
biting.
that.
But you know what I do?
No.
I think I've got a form of Tourette's because I have to. Something must be coming out of my mouth.
Yeah.
Not cock, but like
That goes
you
in.
know, I
What's it called? What's it called? This phobia?
Nice one.
Thank you.
Misophobia, is it?
What?
Misophonia or something. What's it called?
Misophonia.
yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah,
Misophonia,
whatever
something like
he
that.
said. I think I've got that because I've been in. I don't really drink much anymore, but when I did drink, and especially if I
Yeah.
was hungover and I'd be somewhere, like I remember getting on a flight once, and there was people tapping on the thing, and I'm like, please stop, please, please. And then they did it even more, and I was
Oh,
like,
no.
And now I'm like, chill
What
being
about
now.
people who eat crisps like noisy and eating noisy?
Oh, I'm really bad about that.
We have to have music on when we're eating.
Yeah, I
I
can't
can't
stand
just
that.
eat without music in the background.
Because of the
Mozart, a
noise.
bit of- Well, I
we
do.
do listen to Mozart.
We've got
We
fucking
do.
Bluey playing. Crunch. Fuck's sake. Noisy eaters, I don't mind. I don't.
can't
My
bear
little
it.
boy, he crunches his crisp, but I
No,
love
but that's
that.
cute.
But if it's
Yeah.
some
Woody eating is the
dirty
cutest thing in the
fucker on
world.
train,
That's
oh.
horrible.
Yeah.
Like, no,
Your
I
dad's
can't
a
stand
tapper,
that.
isn't he?
My dad's a tapper. My dad.
He sits
yeah.
again.
Oh no.
Big shout out to your dad.
And I'm
Lindsay.
like, Bruno, stop
Love your
it.
dad.
Is your dad called Bruno?
He's called Bruno.
That
Is
is
he
called Bruno?
incredible.
Yeah, so Lindsay's part Italian, part Ukrainian, and a
No.
Manx. So I've got Vladimir Zelensky, Joe Pesci, Liam Gallagher, tits.
That is, oh my God, that's
what I live
my
with.
top bloke, that is.
Imagine how tough she is.
Can you imagine
King
that?
Sally can wait. Well, look, back in anger. Fuck off. No surrender.
The coffee's kicking in, everyone. The 3 shots
I
is
love
kicking
that.
in.
I love that.
That's
Lindsay, I'm with you there.
fantastic.
I don't really like the... if it was someone else doing it, when I'm doing it, I couldn't give a shit.
Yeah, and I'm the same.
know
If
what I
I
mean?
want to do it, I can fucking
Yeah.
do it. But if someone else is doing it, no.
But you know, like
You will
when you're on a
die.
train or something,
Yeah.
I can't bear it. It's like,
Yeah.
why? Why?
Yeah.
Like, there's other people around here. Why
Yeah.
are you tapping?
No,
Like,
I
I tell you
do.
what,
Like-
that could have been a gripe. People that don't use headphones on a
Oh
train.
yeah, that are all. Yeah.
But again, that is like a repetitive noise because it's someone else's noise that you don't want
the
to
lack
be
of- the
hearing.
lack of
Do you know what?
respect.
Yeah, absolutely,
We're
I
on
agree.
trains here. I can't fucking stand it, right? When you're on a train and there's people doing their makeup, their whole bedroom routine. in
No, I
front of
don't mind
people.
the
See, I
makeup.
can't. No, I am that person.
I'm sorry.
I don't mind the
no
makeup.
offense. No
I
offense.
have a
You're
mirror,
entitled
but
I
to
have
I'm
a
saying
mirror
also-
shaving my undercarriage in like
That's what I'm talking
standard
about.
premium.
That's what I'm talking about. There was a guy the other day, right? He was picking his spots. He was
Oh,
doing
really?
all
Oh,
sorts.
no.
What the fuck are you doing, mate?
No, there's only one that I don't like, and that's the nail varnish because that does literally fume the whole carriage.
Great.
I
You're a
have
bello.
taken my gel set and done my gel nails on a train.
Have
No,
you?
you didn't.
But gel doesn't smell like a
No, it
nail
doesn't.
varnish.
No,
I
no.
want to carry really cheap headphones so I can give. There's a couple the other day, you know, they're in their 60s and he's just watching like tennis or something on his phone openly. Like, if everyone did that, the carriage would just be full of everyone's
Yeah.
individual noises.
But I
Yeah.
would love
So
to.
who are you to think you're better
Yeah.
than me to stick your stuff in my ears? So what we should do is stand next to them and fart. So I go, oh, I'm sorry. Have I stuck something up your nostrils that you didn't invite? Well, stop sticking your shit in my ears, you cunt.
This is definitely therapy for Russell right
You did
here.
say something.
This
I
is
would love to
definitely.
post something really offensive. You know, like say for instance, someone's got, I don't know, like they're posting something. I would love to just do something really offensive, like put it on loud, like aggressive rap music.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
I like
Yeah.
aggressive rap. If you don't, that's your problem.
Yeah.
You're sharing your stuff. I'll
yeah.
share
I
mine.
think it's a sign. If someone thinks,
It's
well, I can play my
entitlement.
music and everyone listens, that's a real window into how they think about other people.
Yeah.
Correct, yeah.
It's
Yeah,
just-
yeah.
it's
There's
just-
zero
it seems like a
keys.
small example. I would not have it in me to play something out loud. I can't get
I was
there.
like it with Woody the other day, wasn't I? I was like, Woody, we were in a restaurant. We were just in
Oh,
Wetherspoons.
he had his...
And he just had
we're
his
bad
iPad
parents. He had
on,
his
but I
iPad
was-
'cause he was
I
having
was-
a moment.
But did
But
he
I
have
was
his
just-
earphones out?
No, he didn't. And I said,
Oh,
Woody,
got
turn
him.
it down.
And
I was.
Woody, she said, turn it down, but it was a Wetherspoons, and I thought,
Yeah.
Yeah, but then
this
you
is
said
awful,
that to
but
him,
I
and
said,
then Woody went
no,
to me.
we were in Wetherspoons, right?
Jeez.
There was a fucking drunk and stuff.
Someone's like, I'm trying to jack up here. Do you
I'm
mind?
trying to
Can't find a vein.
I've just ordered my heroin to take
Oh,
for 32. Let me, you know
I
what I mean?
have 2 breakfasts and some skag.
He was.
That's my
His
routine.
fucking boots on the table. I thought my son can play that loud, you dirty
Yeah,
cunt.
yeah, yeah.
then Woody did-
Wetherspoons are different rules.
Yeah, but Woody did then
Exactly.
turn around and say to him, "It's all right, mummy, because we're in a Wetherspoons. It's a pub. I
yeah,
can do
yeah,
it."
That was my
Ross just
fault.
said it. But it
That's
was
it now.
cute when he said
Last
it.
week, what did? Oh my God! Someone called him. We're basically bringing up a narcissist. That's what
Right.
we're
Oh,
doing.
Tanya Moore.
Tanya
yeah.
Moore said that.
She said,
And I agree with her.
basically
I am.
All
It's
children
not
are
my
Kids
fault.
are.
course
It's
they are.
our
Children are
job to
psychopaths.
guide them, isn't it?
That's
He's
part
not
of
a
their brain that
narcissist.
makes them care about other people. It doesn't grow till they're about 13, so they literally are psychopaths.
Yeah.
They are.
Yeah.
They
Frontal
are.
lobe
They
is
are.
He
But
has
But
moments
he's-
of psychopath.
but oh, he's
Do you know
very
what
cute.
though? The tapping one that could be shredded, but
No,
I am a bit
I
of a
don't.
tapper.
I'm
a
still on the
tapper.
should at the moment.
Yeah.
Can you pass me gripe 3,
I was
please?
a tapper when I was single. Of ass.
Us? Well, there you go. I hope it wasn't us.
Is that-
I hope
you
it
got
was
something
the
in
other
common
hole.
with me.
Yeah. Are you both from the same? What is it? Do they say
Academy.
Dorothy's something or other? What is it? I
yeah,
can't
same
remember.
Academy.
We went to see
Oh.
Wicked together. That was amazing, wasn't it?
Oh, it was great. I just loved
Here we
it.
go. Gripe 3. Condiments and sauce timing.
Right, so this is
Oh.
a real big issue
Yeah, no,
for
we
me.
share this one.
I'm actually
Okay.
getting a reputation for this. When we went out with our friends recently, they were like laughing beforehand, weren't they? Going, "Oh, we were wondering whether you would kick off about it," and I was like, "Oh, people are like discussing this. Is that what I'm known for now?" So when I love a Sunday roast,
Me
but
too.
I also love like my sauces with it.
Okay.
And what really annoys me and pisses me off is when you order a Sunday roast and then you go, can I have the sauces beforehand? So when the Sunday roast gets here, the sauces are already there on the table, and then I can enjoy it and tuck into it straight away instead of having to wait 15 minutes.
Oh
to
my
bring it
God!
out.
Every place that says Sunday roast is a 5-minute delay for the horseradish roast.
Yes,
Correct.
yes,
And then you
it is
go, no,
horseradish
wait
for
until you
beef.
wait.
I've got a great
Wait until
story
your
about
food
You
this.
comes
can't
out.
start your beef.
No.
You've eaten half your plate, and your
Ironically,
beef is
you've
just
now
sitting
got
there.
beef.
You
Yeah.
have got beef
Yeah.
because your horseradish hasn't arrived.
I
You can't
think,
tuck
I
into your
think
beef flaps
restaurants
without your horseradish.
restaurants should have
Should.
this.
No,
They-
you're right.
they-
Bring the
but they
dips
should.
first.
Yeah.
Just
But
a
don't
moment
have to
before.
go, no, we'll bring it out in the food
I've
then.
got
I'm
a
like,
Yeah, when your
great
food's
story.
cold.
It gives me anxiety.
Listen to this story, right? So her mum, God rest her soul, she's passed.
She has.
Yeah, lovely.
You just made that like really comedy then.
Yeah, exactly.
It's
Well,
fine.
you have to make definitely
Yeah, you
comedy.
can.
Because
It's
I
fine.
can't,
She's dead.
I'll cry
We're
away.
good with this.
She's dead.
Sue's dead. Yeah, go on,
God
carry on.
rest her soul, lovely woman.
How the
went-
hell are you going to get to horseradish from me?
I'm not.
I think we're going to go down the. I think we're going down the cranberry
We're
sauce
talking about
route.
cranberry
That's like
sauce.
a Lindsay backstory. That.
I know, sorry.
Lindsay's stories
Sorry.
go backwards before they go
I
forward.
do that.
She's like, so blah, and then we're in the pub. Do you remember when that pub was built? I remember the high street. And
I
before
do
you know it,
that.
you're back to the
Lindsay.
moment of creation and evolution.
Babes,
And
the
there was
Big
a
Bang.
big, there was a
The
big
Big
bang,
Bang.
and then matter was created. What was I talking about?
You're so Liam Gallagher. Anyway,
We're going down cranberry sauce
Go
route.
on.
aren't we?
cranberry
So
sauce.
she-
John,
Yeah.
your mother is
I'm like,
passed.
I'm so she's passed.
Yeah.
She's not with us. Anyway, so we were going to a
Pub.
pub.
Yeah.
right?
Is it Weatherspoons?
No,
No, nice
fuck
pub.
that.
Nice
That was
village pub.
I don't get me wrong. Some Weatherspoons are nice, but
Yeah.
some are shit. Anyway, so we're in this pub. We ordered roast dinner, chicken. She ordered,
Yeah,
didn't she?
yeah.
She went. Oh, like you said, no, nothing on the table. Can I have some cranberry sauce, right? Guess what they said?
What?
We haven't got any, but we've got jam.
No.
They fucking
No,
brought jam.
no.
Sorry.
We've got red currant jelly. No, Mum said, can we have red currant jelly then? Oh, we haven't got any of that either. Mum started having a panic.
not
Just
surprised.
have strawberry jam then.
So she fucking had strawberry
Strawberry
jam
jam.
with roast dinner.
with her roast dinner
Something
because
Christine would do.
Christine would have
because
done
she
that, yeah.
couldn't
Yeah.
have. There's my dad
She couldn't have
screaming
her
at her to
cranberry.
calm down, but she couldn't have her cranberry sauce.
Oh, no, I
because you've
feel
got to
for her.
have your condimentation.
You
It is
can't- you
so
can't-
important.
Also,
Some
thing
Sunday
is,
roast
you have
without
to get
that.
your
Yeah.
own.
But the Northerners are the next level.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Listen. I like gravy. Yeah.
Yes.
We all like gravy, but I don't know if something happened in the north of England in your past, because there is not a natural attitude to gravy. It's too much.
Do you like to moderate your own wetness?
Lindsay will be like,
Yeah.
it won't be enough. I need
Well,
an
it's
extra
swimming
jug. Before
in the
she's even
gravy.
checked what comes with it, she's like, I need an extra jug. I want more gravy. I can still
Yeah.
see my food. I can fucking
No,
see
I'm the
it.
same though.
You
I'm
like
not
it
northern.
swimming.
I,
You're a
I like
swimmer.
my Yorkshire pudding like
Dripping.
in a pool.
Yes,
a pool
in
of
the
gravy
middle.
in the Yorkshire.
And then when you cut it,
Yeah, it's
goes,
all nice and
it's
soggy.
like the dam has been released.
Sometimes I
Yeah.
think
A
the
dam
only
of
way Lindsay
Yorkshire.
can get off on a Sunday is if I put a tea towel over her face and gravy border.
You're gonna get in trouble for that.
I'm with you though. It's got to be
Not
gonna
some.
get in
from
trouble
your
for
manager.
gravy
From your
boarding.
manager.
Gravy boarding's fine. You can
How can I
talk
get in
about
trouble
gravy
for that?
boarding with a tea towel over your face. I've got that image
put it on-
now.
they put it on
I'm
chip.
probably going to have a posh rank about that. Is that all right?
They put gravy on chips. Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And cheese.
Poutine.
Yes,
But hold on.
poutine, nice.
So the whole person, if you got a chip and it's soggy, you send it back. So the whole purpose of a fry, the most delicious fry is the crispiest, right?
Roast
You can
potatoes
then
and
wet them with your
big fry-
gravy.
Yeah,
I do-
big chips. are different.
McDonald's
Yeah.
fries
You're talking
are
about
never,
dipping, that's
are never
different.
Yeah.
crispy, are they? As well, McDonald's fries are always floppy. You have to eat them with like a little
You have to have a handful
Bits
of
of the
McDonald's.
I
Yeah.
love a floppy chip. I don't mind a little bit of a soggy chip.
I don't mind a dip. A dip is different to a
Yeah,
drowning.
has it been drowned previously before it
And I
gets
see the
to
other
your...
thing up north as well. Everything's slow and they don't give a shit. So they'll queue for the chippy for about an hour. And it's fine. I caught up with Barbara about a new grandchild, and it was 50 minutes, and we had a chat. Whereas down south, I would have done a
I
Renault
would-
Clio, set it on fire, and smashed the gaffer.
Get me a Savoy
Fucking
and I'll
serve
be
me
fuck
now.
up. I remember I went to a fish and chip shop in Aberdeen, right? Went there and there was this lovely buxom lady serving, and it put me off because her tits were covered in grease.
Yeah, they
She
were.
kept leaning down into the fucking fat.
Yeah,
I
me
don't know how she done it. Didn't burn off her knee pals, but there you go. Fuck me. But I love those fish and chips.
Right, let's get to it. Let's
turned on during
shred,
that
let's shred
But
the
before we
grind.
shred anything, can we just talk about your book? Because you've got
Oh,
this
okay,
lovely
yeah.
book in.
I was going to do that afterwards, but let's
No,
do
I
it.
want to
Go.
do it now.
Go on.
Right, because we've said we love the illustration and it's lovely.
Yeah.
So
We've
nice.
got a
This is
little boy.
Russell Kane's new book, everyone. Who'd have
Pet
thunk
Select.
it?
I know, my kid's book. And
Tell us all about it,
I've been
Russell.
performing to children, promoting. I've been really been enjoying it. So it's for sort of like, I suppose.
Have you been moderating your swearing.
Obviously. It's anyone who's a parent does that automatically anyway.
Apart from
I
him.
try very hard.
Anyone who's done live TV.
Yes.
Because you just
I
don't
don't
work.
know how you've done
Yeah.
Steph's packed lunch.
You just
swearing.
you just training years and years of training. I can work live,
lunch,
and
by the way.
Yeah.
so to perform children's easy for me.
Yeah,
so
go.
it's easy, you know. And the greenies covered
Yeah.
for me. And I'm just really passionate about cats, dogs, pets. I'm like nerdy. You know, when I was a kid, you get some boys that are obsessed with like flags or something. I was obsessed with dogs and cat breeds. And I was communicating this to the children's publisher who was asking me what ideas I had.
Yeah.
And I said, oh, this is a Burmese cat. I was on the Zoom call. And I said, have you got like a really needy friend that's always like never tired and always hanging off you? And they were laughing. They went, write that book.
Yeah.
So it's a translation. So I would take the description of a Doberman and translate it into what I call 7-year-old funny, which is a language that 5 to 11-year-olds speak.
Understand, yeah.
And that's what the book is. It's called Pets. It's been the biggest surprise of my
That's
career.
so different. There's nothing. So you think, oh, kids' book, here we go, funny story.
Yeah, well, that's why I didn't want
And
to write
then-
fiction.
yeah,
Because it's
so
a
it's-
granny that's also a wizard. Yawn. Right?
Yeah.
But
So-
people don't even know about pets, so people go, "Oh, I'll get this breed because it's cute." Where it's
Yeah.
like, no, they've got
not done their
personalities.
research.
Actually
Yeah.
tells you everything.
Yeah,
Yeah,
about
and
the
it gives you a
pets.
rating of like make it the personality of the pet suit your situation, your family life.
Because the most rehomed breed is not an XL bully, it's a cockapoo. Because
Yeah.
every fucking, I'll get a cockapoo,
Yeah, because
shall
they're
I?
the
They don't
trendy
realise, they
thing.
don't
They
realise.
cost £3 million to buy, and they're the most trendy thing.
And they're half waterproof hunting dog
Yeah.
and half fetch a pheasant from a bush, never get tired
Exactly.
of. And we
Need
live in a
exercise.
flat
That
in the
takes
centre of
three-
town.
You
Takes
always
3
see
years
it,
to
though.
grow
You
the
always see
spaniel's
these
brain.
types of dogs
Yeah.
in flats and stuff. So this book is great for that.
Amazing.
You match the pet to your resources and energy.
Yeah.
But what I've realised, that I thought that was the primary reader, but in fact, the primary reader are people that just love reading the descriptions of the pets as short stories to their kids.
Yeah.
Because I've written it funny.
Well,
And
Littlewoods is going to love
Littlewoods
this,
is going to
so we're
absolutely
gonna-
love that because
we'll take
Littlewoods
it.
loves animals. He loves his animals. Like he'll find a woodlouse and he's like, "Mummy," and it's like his new
I was
pet.
like that.
Yeah,
And
but
I'm
it's
like,
a bit
right,
mice,
like, isn't it?
a bit mice and many squeezes until they're dead.
No,
So we've got to be
he
really
doesn't.
careful
He's like, "Mummy,
what
look
he
at it.
does.
It's upside down."
No, he always sleeping. You fucking killed
I
it.
didn't mean to hurt her, Daddy. She was too pretty. I got carried away. And she was like, "You've killed her. She was too pretty. I wanted to hurt her, Daddy."
Hang on a minute. Hang on a
She
minute.
needs aggression.
I think the perimenopause has just come out in me.
I wanted to stroke her. She's now dead. You got
That's
perimenopause.
Littlewoods, yeah.
You got perimenopause of it.
I feel like I have, unless it's just you making me
That's where
really
you have menopause
hot.
in Nando's, isn't it?
It's menopause in Nando's face through all those fucking sauces. But that brings me on to Jolt, though. You
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
You're the co-founder. You're the founder. You both.
Yeah.
You've sent me some. I'm taking it.
Yeah.
Tell us about
My
your Jolt.
erections have never been so good.
Good to
She
hear.
doesn't like it.
That's
No.
good to hear.
But
Do you know
her
what?
ass is
Honestly,
killing her.
that
Her ass is-
genuinely. That's
Let's talk about Jolt.
the feedback
That made him laugh.
I'm sorry.
we get that feedback a lot actually. You know, and do you remember when you did the headline and it just
Oh
Daily
my
Mail
God, your
ran
mum
with
was
it?
not in.
I saw that.
We did a little tiny clinical trial. We were the most random people, you know, like middle-aged Brazilian menopausal lady, young Southeast Asian personal trainer, as diverse as we could go with our limited resources for our 5 people.
Yeah.
And across this study, everyone got younger. If we're talking about muscle mass and blood work and testosterone as the master hormone, because we don't realize how much women need testosterone. Women is obviously skin, hair, and nails. We know that, but also
Yeah.
sex drive, confidence,
Yeah.
mood. So it's really important for women too. So I did this big, long fucking keynote interview with the Daily Mail. I was on the phone for about an hour.
Yeah.
And right at the end, I made one joke about, and I'm horny, we're shagging the whole time. That's the fucking headline we went with.
Of course it is.
And
My
we
mum
were-
and
we
dad
were
were
all-
really happy about it.
We were away
Sorry,
together. What was the actual
Bruno.
headline? It had an asterisk.
Oh, is that an erection? Wasn't it
Oh,
like
I don't-
erection?
it's
The
fucking
I think, yeah.
Of course.
You're constantly horny or
but it was
something.
Lindsay's. It's all yeah, okay. I do the creative and we run it together. But Lindsay was watching me. I was started experimenting because of my career.
With loads of different vitamins.
I started.
Yeah,
I started.
read
Like,
that.
I'm late. Anyone who's a peasant from a council estate always finds out what they're going to do late in life because you're not presented with options as a youngster.
Correct.
You know, if you're middle
Yeah.
class, what about? It's like being on Yo Sushi. What about ballet? What about performing? What about karate? Yes, Daddy, I'll try that. Whereas I'm like, you fucking smoke weed by the dog shit bin, then you move out. Next. That's my cultural education.
It is.
So
it
I came
is.
to stand up late. I've got this high energy act and I start getting tired. I start getting a belly and I'm like, well, and that's normal. That's what happens when you get to 30. And I'm like, nah. So I start reading about the science of anti-aging. I do the stuff that anyone can do: diet, exercise, sleep, stress, good relationships, not giving a shit about what people think. They're the freebies anyone can do. You don't need a gym. I had a full workout this morning in the hotel room, literally jumping about on the spot, doing pull-ups up doors. You don't need any money for any of that stuff. So once you've got all that in line, and only then, this is not a magic pill on a Burger King in your shit life. Only at that point when your shit is in order, can you start looking at evidence-based supplementation. So I went to the original researchers. I taught myself how to read the original medical researchers. I looked who'd funded them to check if they were fake or who had an interest. I start taking this shit. And all my friends, you snake oil, just get old like the rest of us. And then time started to advance. I go, you hit 35, you hit 40. Older, keep getting older. My friends are turning, my stent's working. I might join the bowls club. And everyone starts to get old.
He's 50 in August.
I was going to ask your age.
I'm 50 on
Are
August
you
19.
actually?
I'm
50 on August 19.
I would put you at 40.
I'm 50
Yeah,
on
I'd
August
have put
19.
you at our age because I'm nearly 41.
I'm
He's
41.
41. How
Right, so
old
I'm
are you,
fit.
Lindsay?
I'm 37.
So I'm 50 on August 19th. And so as this stuff started to work, people kept asking, what you taking? And I would just answer. I was like, anyone could do it. It's not a secret. It's fucking all there. But then Stephen Bartlett asked me, what are you taking? And it went fucking nuts.
Yeah.
So Lindsay was like, right, I better do it as well, because I thought 12-year age gap, I was safe here, but you fucking catch him. And she tried to do all these pills.
No, I did a bit of backstory. I started taking everything after I had my daughter because I thought I never take my life seriously, and I had this overwhelming fear of mortality, which sort of started me on my journey.
When you have kids, it's exciting.
I'd never thought about death before, and I was like, oh fuck, and I was really consumed me. And he's like, just start taking all this. I did, and then he did the podcast of Diary of a CEO, and then we had so many messages. What is it that he takes? Where do I buy it from? How do I trust it? What's the dosage? So I started Googling to see if there was like a combination, like a multi-supplement version of it. It didn't exist.
So you made one?
Yeah, so with me, the way I am is if I think something doesn't exist, I create it. I love that. And so we just created
She
it
said,
with a small bag.
obviously I take like a rattling pill cabinet. She said, what are the top 7 with the best evidence? Because we can only go with 7 because we don't want people to be swallowing more than 3 capsules a day. So I went, well, these are the ones with the best evidence: NMN, resveratrol. There's nothing magic about this. You can go and buy the fucking shit.
You
mix
can
it
buy
up.
them
much more
individually, but
expensive. So much
you
more
put them into
expensive.
one pill. It's called Jolt. So
and
everyone.
it's third-party verified, meaning it's gone to another factory to say that's definitely what's in it, what they say is in it. That's why it's expensive. £2 a day, still less than a coffee, not even half the price of a glass of wine.
No, but it's so worth it. It's so
And it's
worth
got 7
it.
ingredients in it. So it basically, what we're trying to do is, for people like me, I don't understand the science. I don't want to read all the clinical trials. I've got no interest in it. I just want to be able to take it and feel the difference. And most people like me, most people are lazy when it comes to research,
I'm one of them.
taking them. You just want one convenient dose a day.
Yeah.
And that's what we've done. So we are bringing out another supplement soon, which is going to be a libido supplement.
Is the name out there yet?
We can't say anything
Let's
yet.
get on that one,
So
please.
libido supplement, and we've been trialing it for quite a while anyway, and so we're really excited about that.
It's going to be the ultimate bedroom supplement.
Right.
Yeah.
Can you put us at the top of the list, please?
That's at the top of the
Absolutely.
list.
Yeah.
We're going to tag everything anyway.
We are.
But we need to
just
come
shred
to a decision
something.
and shred one of these gripes.
I've already decided which one I want to shred.
I know
Go
what
on.
one you want to shred.
Well, so personally, I would shred the should thing because
Yeah.
you've really got me on this
I'm
positive thing
different
now.
though. I'm
on
different.
this positive thing now.
Yeah, but I'm different. It's the condiments. I need condiments on my fucking table.
Yeah.
We should shred the people who don't bring them.
Do you know what? Who are these people that eat a whole meal without condiments?
I know, wrong.
Or-
Psychopaths.
Fucking
Yeah, they are
weird.
Do you know the
psychopaths.
only ones is no serviette and no drink. Like raw dogging a meal.
I know. I drink the most when I'm
But what are
eating a
people
meal.
who don't have like serviette or kitchen at the table? What are they sleeving it?
Yeah, I think they are.
Oh,
or just letting it
didn't
just
occur. It
go.
didn't occur to me, so I'm going to dribble like a toddler.
It didn't occur to me.
Or no
total mess
water.
of myself.
A whole meal without a drink.
I can't.
Oh no, I
deserve-
have
I feel
liquid.
like we're all very much about this condimentation and the table thing. I feel like this is...
It's annoying because you-
should have
Should
more
is more
depth and
depth,
power.
yeah.
But you two are really, you've always been confident. So both of you. So I think for women, maybe it's more of a female thing. I don't know.
No, definitely. There's plenty of fucked up blokes. Trust me.
Yeah, there are actually,
Oh,
yeah.
when I go home, I cry.
No, you don't.
I do. I'll cry. I think I should have said that. I'm negative. I am negative.
Yeah, you are
Really?
negative.
I
You're
do.
negative,
I
Nigel.
am.
Yeah, you
And
are.
I think, fuck, I should have done that. So that
Can
should is very
Can
important.
we act really grown up today then and shred the should?
Yeah, should the
Let's
We're
act
going to
really grown up.
Okay,
We'll shred the
condiments,
should.
because those people who don't bring the condiments still need a job, right?
Yeah.
Put it this way: if you could wake up tomorrow and your condiments are always going to be late, or you could wake up and not give a shit about things.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I would
that's
not
a
give
good
a
point.
shit.
I mean, I'll
Not
take a
give a
slightly
shit.
cold food and a late horseradish.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Should we surprise them
I'm
with
gonna
our
just get the
amazing
shredder
piece
out,
of
right?
equipment?
Have you actually got a
We've
shredder?
actually got a shredder.
Amazing.
What do you want me to do? Take my top off?
Oh, and it's gold.
Shredded.
He's shredded, I'm not. This is our golden shredder,
I
right?
love
It's all
it.
the way from Argos.
We could do with that. I noticed,
Isn't
I
it
noticed
lovely?
your shredder needs emptying at home, FYI.
You dirty cow.
All right, we are
Still
seeing
recorded.
it.
I was like, how is that going to shred when it's full? Sorry, anyway.
Right, so
on.
That's a
the
metaphor.
word
What's happening to you
should,
later?
we're going to shred it. So, do you want to hear my little catchphrase?
Go
on. Go on.
It's really heterosexual. Here we go. There, I've said it. Let's shred it.
Yeah.
That's all working. See you later, sugar.
It even works with cards.
It even works with card. Lastly, we need to talk about your tour really quickly. Where
What
you're going to
dates,
be,
when,
what dates,
how,
tell
where,
everyone.
what?
So, Hyperactive Tour has been on the road since January 24 and finishes in December 25.
And you are exhausted.
I'm
DFS saying.
I'm not adding any more UK dates. I physically can't do it. So
Yeah.
when I put my mic down in December this year in Coventry, that's the last one. The last few dates that have gone on, there are still some decent seats in circles and stuff.
Yeah.
So go and see if I'm near a town near you. I'm adding, I don't know if you've got any international listeners, but that's
We
where I'm
have.
going.
we've
We've
got
got
loads.
loads.
So I'm going Sweden, Belgium, Norway,
Lovely.
Netherlands, Canada, Australia.
We've got
New
loads of
Zealand.
Canadians and
got
Australians
loads
that
of
follow us.
Australians
So,
that don't know
yeah.
how to-
It's not announced yet, but it will be October. I'm just signing the
Okay.
contracts on that. So I'm going all over
Amazing.
in October.
And you've
Good
got
for
a new
you.
series of Evil Genius.
Oh yeah, and there's a new series of BBC Radio 4's Evil Genius.
Evil Genius, which
streaming.
I love. You know that. I
It's
would love to
taking
come on
people
that.
from history, and then it could be Picasso, Gandhi, Amy Winehouse, whoever. We just did O.J. Simpson, first one of the
Amazing.
new series.
That was
we
the
let
first ever court case I watched on TV.
We
when I
have-
was a
Yeah, me
little
too.
kid.
I was 9 when I was watching it.
Mate,
We have
I
a-
was like 12. What, how
we have
old
like
am I?
a
Yeah.
funny, we have a
13.
funny discussion like we are, and then at the end, similar sort of thing. You have an evil or genius, shred or keep, cancel or
Oh,
keep.
That's a fucking
amazing.
great.
So-
I've watched loads of them. Have you
Amazing.
never watched that?
Yeah, it's on
Of course I
TV.
have.
There's a TV series as well.
She hasn't watched it. She's fucking lying.
No, but I watched him on Steph's Packed Lunch.
Yes,
I've
there
just
we
got
go,
to
that's
say
all
that.
that matters.
I was so scared that you would get cancelled every single time
Yeah.
that you were on there. Amazing.
Anyway, ladies
That
and
anxiety was
gentlemen,
great.
the lovely Lindsay and Russell
Yes,
Kane.
thank you guys. Thank you.